Going to the Hanle Observatory, placed on a mount. It is 700 feet above the Hanle village. First-time visitors should know this observatory is not meant for public use. It is remotely controlled by Bangalore's Indian Institute of Astrophysics, purely for scientific research. अगर आप सोचेंगे कि टिकट लेकर इस टेलीस्कोप से आप नाइट स्काई देखेंगे तो ये आपकी भूल होगी. You are allowed to enter the complex, see the observatory and sit up, and that is all.
One of the best skies in the world. This is mainly due to being placed at a very high altitude and the number of clear skies that we get there, and also the dry condition, which makes it one of the ideal location for an observatory to be placed there. Due to the remoteness of the place, so we are very much far away from all the light pollution. Basically, the light pollution robs us from seeing the stars, and hence at Hanle we are very much well placed because there is no city or no glare from the lights nearby.
Because southern peninsula gets affected by monsoon clouds, and because of that our observatory has to be stopped and shut down for at least 3 to 4 months. June to September we cannot observe and we cannot get any data during that time. And in early 90s there was a consolidated attempt where multiple teams were sent to various locations and to characterize them in various prioritize based on a few parameters, approachability, what things can be done, where it's sustainable, etc.
Hanle was chosen after a lot of recce in the 90s by the Institute of Astrophysics when they were looking to set up an observatory in northern India. It was because their observatories in the south had to be closed down for 4 months during the rains.
The impressive observatory dome houses the 2-meter Himalayan Chandra telescope, named after the Indian astrophysicist and Nobel laureate Dr. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar.
This is the Himalayan Chandra telescope. It's a 2-meter class telescope, and the mount on which it is in the alt azimuth mount, so it can move. And basically the classification is because the diameter of the primary mirror is 2 meters, and we have some instrument this is the faint object spectrograph camera, and this is the Harman camera. Actually it's used to fine tune the primary mirror. On this side we have the Cassegrain unit of the high resolution SL spectrograph camera, and on the other side we have the TraceSpec, which is the infra-red spectrograph and imaging camera in the infrared region. So basically this white is the main telescope, and then this rotates alt and azimuth movement, whereas where we are standing this is stationary, and the dome moves 360 degree on its own, and the window during the night it gets open, and then it follows the telescope, the window, wherever the telescope goes.
Dome shutter opens to the night sky for a long night of observation. As the night sets in, the observations are in full effect. Astronomers use the telescope to gain insights into some of the most enigmatic objects in the night sky with an unprecedented view of the universe. One major issue.
Gets open during night time.
During observation time, and observation time basically lasts from 6:30 p.m. Then it's after sunset. You have linear light in the sky, and that's when it starts operating. Depending on again if the sky is not cloudy, no rainy
case of rain?
In case of rain, no observation will be done. It will be kept closed. You can't contact the company and tell them that your telescope is not working right now because the company is right now into making some other things. So they are not making telescopes now.
What is that? This is German?
No, this is Australia-based company like EOS Technology Science, somewhere in Arizona.
Okay, and when did they make it?
1998.
So it's already 26 years.
Almost 26 years. It's really old.
But there is no upgradation, there is no
The
contract?
government is looking into.
When we visited, the engineers were busy in repair work. I believe this telescope is past its prime, needs complete revamp, as the company which made this 26 years back is no longer in this operation.
Detectors of the Maze telescope that is recently commissioned at the foothills for research in high energy astronomy. Maze, or the Major Atmospheric Cherenkov Experiment. The diameter telescope with 1564 segmented mirrors forming a parabolic shape and 1088 photomultiplier tubes.
Major purpose of this telescope when it was installed at Hanle, it was basically due to the environment around here, the pristine environment and the number of dark nights we normally have here. Now what we like, the light pollution normally affects our performance of the telescope in a way. You can say whenever we have a large light collection area, which normally even if you see a little bit of vehicular movement, it gets concentrated on the detector, which causes the detector to destabilize, and for that short period of time we have to discard those data. So it becomes a cumbersome process to take out those data from a huge lot of data.
Maze technology is worldwide. Servicing and upgradation of this telescope may not be a problem.
The reserve will include an area covering over 1000 square kilometers centered at the Indian Astronomical Observatory. The reserve will now have strict guidelines for vehicular movement at night and proper outdoor light management, which will further lead to a reduction in artificial light illumination and sky glow.
During the many outreach program we have, so whenever we show the general public the moon for the first time, they get very much connected to it, and as a part of the Hanle Dark Sky Reserve, we intend to empower the villagers with telescopes so that they can show it to all to themselves, their children, their families, and all the visitors that will be those will be coming to Hanle.
The UT administration, along with the Indian Institute of Astrophysics, also plans to train the community in astronomy and telescope operation to work as astro guides, assisting tourists and educating them about the wonders of the night sky.
Ina daksa telescope na lain mo to. Oh ya bas. Demo thong da. Dini yang tega ci lop ci kan lain mo taste. Jamin to lain lain. Oh la dama po fok na. Acha tan ikan mata da telescope na tanayang ci tong tangin ra. Tache za. Acha dini yang ata yang telescope ta sang cheri ko da tena ata taste ci tong lot min ra.
Graduation as well as some after matriculation, they could not continue their studies due to different reasons. Through Dark Sky Century, all the young generations can they earn and they have a new scope, you know.
I tried to give a perspective of the Hanle Observatory. It will help the first time visitors because they would know what this place is about before coming. I hope to bring the next episode with the 400-year-old Hanle Monastery, Chumathang Hot Springs, on the way to Leh from Hanle. Thank you and Namaskar.